Hello, everyone. So I'm from the Sociology department. I started teaching at Hunter in 2019 as an adjunct, and I adjuncted for 5 years. And then 2023, I was able to get a full-time position in the Sociology department. So I teach full-time now. So it's definitely a very pleasant experience being a Hunter, teaching Hunter. We have really awesome colleagues and students. So whoever is here, you're just starting your journey at Hunter, you won't regret. It's a very, very amazing school. So I want to share my experience about teaching double sessions, which I did not know about until I started full-time. So when I started as an adjunct, I was teaching like a very small, like 25 people session of stats. And then when I start full-time, of course, I have more course load. So like I start teaching more courses, and I start teaching the intro to sociology, which is always a very popular course. And we offer this called the double session. So double pretty much means, so say one regular session of intro, we probably have 45 or 50 students, and then double just means you double the number. So when I took this, double, I did not expect like how I would feel in front of, like speaking in front of 100 students. So that's something I want to share with you, which is like, it doesn't really matter how long you taught before this, you do get nervous. I did get really nervous the first time because like you see like the 100 people right in front of you, they're looking at you, and everything you say, you can still like clearly see their face. So I'll say like definitely if you're planning on teaching a big class and you're planning on trying to teach like more than 100 students. So here are some tips, or like something that I wish I knew before I start teaching the 100 student session. So one is I highly recommend everybody to check CUNY first about the registration info before you start taking any override students. So when I was teaching the 100, I did not check because I was like, it's 100, like, I don't know, like it's probably not going to be full. So my class was full, and then I still took so many override students. So I think I started with 112-ish, or like, and then eventually I think it was 108 that I passed. So, but anyhow, so like definitely check CUNY first about registration before you start taking more students to your classroom. So, and then second thing is I want to mention that there are several big classrooms that can hold more than 100 students at Hunter. I did not know, so the classroom was kind of assigned to me. So I was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was in the West Building, 5th floor. There is a classroom that's when you walked in, it feels like a sort of a theater, I would say. Like it's very dark, and it has like this like sort of like dim light. And then eventually I found out I could turn on the lights. But anyhow, like, so for the PV slides, I usually have the dim lights. So I couldn't really see the students' faces. And then like eventually, like when I talked to my chair, I learned that there are other large classrooms that are a little different of a setting. Instead of like a kind of a auditorium kind of style, you have a movable table and chairs. So I started booking those classrooms for the future semesters, and that worked really well. So that's another thing I wish I knew before I started teaching the double. Another thing, very, very important thing, is there is this awesome office. So it's our audio and visual support. So they're at N333. They have a name card. Definitely grab that card. Every time I need them, I couldn't find their number. So now I just put their card in my pocket. I carry it everywhere. So because here's the thing. So some of the large classrooms doesn't come with a microphone automatically. So you need to check out microphone before you teach. So one of the semester when I was first relocated to a large classroom that doesn't have a microphone, like I have to go, I pretty much yelled for half of the semester. And a lot of of students was complaining about like when they were sitting in the back, the air conditioning was really loud and they couldn't hear me. Until like I had my colleague peer observed me, and then she was like, "Why didn't you check out the microphone?" I was like, "Why? Like you can check our microphone." And there are different type of microphones that you could check. So you could have the one like you handheld, or you could also have the one that you put in your ear, and then you have a little microphone here, so you can walk around with it. So like if you prefer more like an interactive kind of way of teaching, you want to walk into the audience, into your students, and sort of like interact with them, talk to them at a face-to-face closer, then definitely check out that kind of microphone. That really was helpful. And I felt like once I knew this feature, like the students got definitely more engaged in class. Okay, so about engaging the students, I also want to share a couple points. So again, this is more me realizing how important those things are after I start teaching more than 100 students. So one is definitely when you're teaching more than 100 students, expect less students asking in-depth questions. So because like you have so many people together in one room, some of them are very shy. They probably had questions, but they don't want to ask in front of other people. So when that happens, like basically you prepare like say 20 or 30 slides, and you'll just be like, oh, I'm done with my slides, but I still have 20 minutes. What do I do? Because originally the time we reserved for interactive activities was pretty much got shortened and everything. So prepare more activities. So for me, group discussions definitely worked really well. And also I designed some of the kind of writing or self-reflecting kind of writing. So like not necessarily it's an exam, you have to give me right answers to a couple of questions that I designed as an exam. No, I just gave them some like sheets that they can like write as I teach, right? Think about the high school you attended, think about like your experience being in the neighborhood, try to find like fresh produce, like a lot of things that directly related to the course, but it's based on their personal experience. So that worked out really well. And also students really want to share when I gave them such assignments, but definitely you're gonna use more time after class to really know the students via their writing. And then after that, what I did is I added more one-on-one time. So I would like divide them into groups and encourage them to come to my office hour. So each group will have an hour that they came as a group, and then we chat. And another thing I did is I do trick or treat every fall. So like say this time we have a Halloween that is on October 31st. So then I teach on Monday, Thursday, then that office hour on Thursday would be my trick or treat hour. So that worked out really well because like I used to bring candies to classroom and I gave it to the students and they really loved it. But like I have zero communication with them. They just took my candy and they left the classroom. So what I did is I will prepare a lot of candy still, but I tell them to come to my office hour and trick or treat with me. So once they come to my office and I give them a piece of candy and then we chat a little bit, oh, what's your name? Like which department? Like what do you want to do? So like we got to know each other a little better. And then like when you have 100 students, once again, like you have to spend more time trying to let them engage, in more like a one-on-one kind of level. So I'll share this for now. So, but definitely like if you have more questions, do let me know. So I do teach smaller sessions, but I felt like what really made me have such like reflective moments was like when I started teaching the double. Okay, thank you.